Hey, welcome to the WBO Jabs podcast. I'm Coral Flores, and here on my right, we have Mr. Francisco. How are you?
I'm doing good, thank you, Coral. Beautiful hair.
It's a pleasure to be here. Thank you for having me.
Blonde hair.
It's a lot.
Wow, she's a model.
Thank you,
Beautiful.
thank you. Here, we're going to be talking about a few. Last week we had Valentine's Day weekend in New York. It was cold. We had an amazing fight. We had Xander, Zayas, Keyshawn, Davis. What do you think about that?
Oh, that was a great boxing show. Keyshawn, he will be a star. He will be a star. I was talking to Bomac, and let me tell you, that kid will be champion in 135, 140, and probably 147.
He has a lot coming for him.
Yeah.
Keyshawn Davis is probably, like you spoke to Crawford, he says he's the next Crawford coming up the line. I was impressed by his victory over Berinchyk. I was expecting more of Berinchyk.
I think from what we're used to seeing how he performed, it was a surprise. It was a surprise to all of us. I definitely feel like he received more than he even gave from what we're used to. So were we expecting what we were expecting? No, but hey, we have a new champion.
I like Jose said, I was expecting more from Berinchyk.
For sure.
Well, he looked like disappointed.
He looked overmatched from the
Yes.
get-go.
Because
Yes.
he was a great he got a
amateur
great name.
fighter.
He came from a good victory
stock,
against Vaquero Navarrete. I got Keyshawn 2-1, but the people who know that the bookies, they got 6-1, and they were right. Okay, I was expecting probably a decision. And
Me too.
But Keyshawn is very good. It's a very good fighter. It's
Xander,
outstanding.
Zayas,
Oh,
another one of the night.
I would like to know, Jose, what you have to say about Xander.
I don't like to rain on anybody's parade, but I wasn't that impressed with Xander. I'm not saying, I think he has the talent to become a champion, but I don't see him with that defining skill that makes a long-lasting world champion. Be it awesome boxing like Bivol has. Be powerful punching like Beterbiev has. So he has a lot of tools, but he doesn't have that one outstanding tool, which is needed usually to make a long-standing champion. However, he has shown, I'm not saying he doesn't have it. I'm saying he hasn't shown it yet. And he's coming up for a big fight with Sebastian Fundora. And if he has to show it, he has to show it then. Because Fundora is a tall, lanky, uncomfortable fighter who has the experience advantage over Xander. And that could be a trouble for him. Although I think he has the talent to beat him. We still have to see it.
I think between his age and, he is a great fighter, but I do believe that he still needs a little bit more to be able to get to that level. He's an amazing fighter. He has great technique. He's very strong. He's powerful. He's very confident in his boxing. But I do believe that he still needs a little bit more time to probably get to that level and be ready for that.
I think he's ready now because he has been fighting for long, 7 years, something like that. He's number one now. Crawford moved to 168. He's the mandatory challenger for the winner of Fundora and the other guy. Fundora will be fighting in March. Okay. And let me tell you, I saw Zayas more confident. He got a good jab, but he can improve his jab. He got a good chin. He's very, they call ring IQ, something like that. He's very smart. When he's fighting, you see him, he's always in good shape. And Xander Fundora, if Fundora,
wins on March.
Yeah, he keeps his championship. I'm telling you, that's a pick and fight. Okay, Fundora, he got the experience, he got the punch, he got the, he's strong, tall guy, a good job, but will be a pick and fight. That's my opinion. For me, I heard what you said, but for me, Xander is ready to fight for the title. That's the Xander we got. That the whole package is there.
Now, Juanmita, Lopez made his pro debut. An amazing, amazing 59-second fight. I feel like he came in very, very confident. I was with him, in the back, and I spoke to him a little bit before he even came out in the ring. And he said he was more ready than ever. What do you think, his performance, or how did you see him that night?
I have been seeing a lot of the best fighters in his pro debut. Yeah. And he started like a star, he will be a star. He opened the door in a beautiful way. Wonderful. The fight was wonderful. I saw him confident. He's a nice kid. He got charisma. He can punch. He can box. He can speak English, Spanish. And the boss was there behind me. And he was so happy. Bob Arum was so happy when he saw Juanmita. He was like celebrating.
He was celebrating. He had an amazing reason to celebrate. Madison Square Garden pro debut. He had a lot of reasons to celebrate.
Yeah, and I think he will be back in one more fight, and then he can be back in Puerto Rican Parade. The boxing show.
Look, we're ready for it.
Yeah, he's ready.
I did hear that, he may be coming next week to speak with us. So that's something exciting that we can look for. And his sister, who also just signed.
Belisa,
it's something we can look forward to.
Nice, and that's great. We need star in Puerto Rico. We have other fighters, good fighters in Puerto Rico, but we need that kind of fighters, young fighters, the young generation, open doors, big leagues fighter. We need that, and of course, he started in the nicest way.
We did speak to our WBO president, Gustavo Olivieri, earlier. He is all the way in Saudi Arabia getting ready for this weekend's fight.
The mega show.
Mega show, yeah, super mega show. We have a rematch coming up. So how do we feel about what's coming this weekend?
I would like to see Sanchez. I got an opinion. But Sanchez,
I'm full of opinion.
Jose,
I'm opinionated.
I like the guy who can be open.
Yeah.
Yeah, no secret. He said what he had to say.
I think the Beterbiev-Bivol rematch could be the first round of the next upcoming fight will be the 13th round of the first one. This happens sometimes with rematches. I think Bivol did all he could already to defeat Beterbiev, and he came just a bit too short because that was a very competitive fight where they both looked good. They were close rounds, but I think Beterbiev won. However, in the last 3-4 rounds of the fight, it was Bivol, having to struggle a little bit to stay upright and last the distance. And I think that the rematch will go on that same way, with Beterbiev already having caught up to Bivol, and maybe knocking him out in 8-10 rounds would be my guesstimate. So I see Beterbiev winning by knockout late on the fight.
Bivol plan to beat Beterbiev was the right one.
Yeah,
and he will use that plan again. What he have to change? I don't see anything because he fought his best fight ever.
Age could be a factor, Paco.
Yeah, it could be a factor, but Beterbiev is close to 40 years, but he haven't get hit. The toughest fight was that.
Yeah.
The toughest fight was that. But now Beterbiev knows Bivol.
Exactly. That's what I mean. Exactly what I mean.
Now he knows Bivol, and he's a puncher, but he can box. I will see a replay.
We'll see this weekend.
We'll see.
Now
Thankfully.
we have a last-minute matchup between Bakole and Parker.
Who you like it?
That's an interesting one. I think on this one, I'm a little bit more, ready to see what we see this weekend and what they both showcase. Since it was last minute, it wasn't anything that we can prepare for and, see what was coming behind the scenes. So I feel like this one, I'm kind of just waiting this weekend to see how it unravels and who we go for.
Yeah, but the problem is that it's
last minute replacement.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was training for a fight. Mm-hmm. To fight in May, okay?
That's a long time from now.
But money talks, when they offer you a good amount of money.
Very true.
And he can punch. The guy he can punch. I'm not sure that he's ready to go 12 rounds.
Bakole, you mean?
Yeah. Parker is ready to fight. And Parker was a world champion. He got the experience. He can box. I like Parker in that fight because that was the last time, substitute.
I agree with you, Paco. Joseph Parker is ready to fight this Saturday. Bakole, we don't know when he's going to be ready. He might be ready for Saturday, but I don't see it. So it's a awesome fight, but
That's on paper.
Yeah,
we are talking on paper all the time on paper. But in boxing,
But I
you
think
can
Parker,
take anything for granted.
Parker has the slight advantage here.
Yeah, but
I would think.
You know what is interesting there? Let's see what Itauma,
Moses Itauma,
that's
the super prospect,
the biggest name in the heavyweights, can do against the winner of that fight.
That'll be a good fight. I don't know if Itauma. I mean, they're throwing him in quickly in the deep waters. I don't know if he's ready. He's got 19 fights, so.
I would like to see him fighting 10 rounds.
I would like
toe
to see him.
Toe. Let's see what happens.
I mean, he might be ready for the winner of Bakole and Parker. I'm not saying he's not, but I would like to see him get more seasoning before that opportunity.
He's a young guy.
Because he's a young guy.
He's a kid.
He has big holes in his defense still, which if he goes up to championship level, he's not going to have a chance to fix them. So he's going to have to rely on his punching power all the time, and sooner rather than later, that will come up short in the heavyweights.
I do believe that this, this last-minute matchup will reshape the heavyweight title picture overall, for sure. It wasn't anything that we were expecting was last minute. So I do think it will reshape the overall, heavyweight division. So we'll see.
But, in boxing, don't take anything for granted. Heavyweight all can punch.
That's right.
Any heavyweight can punch.
That's right.
That means, okay, let's see what happens. I think Joseph Parker will beat
Martin Bakole.
Because he condition, in shape. Parker is in shape. The other should be 50-60% of his, in shape. But he can punch too. But let's see what Itauma gonna do. I know he will be there watching the fight.
It'll be interesting.
One time told me in my last conversation with him 2 weeks ago that Itauma is one of his best fighter ever. Okay, and he got Hamed, he got Kalsagi, he got a lot of good fighters, Tyson Fury, all that guys. Tell me, Paco, that kid probably is my best fighter ever. And Frank has been in the business for, like me, 45
years. Yeah.
45 years. Long time.
It was a long time, a lot of experience.
But, in boxing,
everything's
let's see.
unexpected.
I'm willing to see that fight. I like to see that fight. And I want to see the light heavyweights. Let's see what happens. Is the winner going to fight Benavidez next? That will be great. Any of that two against Benavidez
would be a good one.
I like one of that two against Benavidez. I saw Benavidez fighter. He's a great fighter. He can beat anybody. But the Bivol we saw in the last fight, the Beterbiev we saw in the last fight, can beat Benavidez.
They both. I think Benavidez is the number 3 on that division right now, because Bivol and Beterbiev are just, out of this world type fighters right now.
But the one who wanna fight Benavidez is the one who got he will receive a lot of punches now. Yeah. Let's see what happens.
They're gonna
it's
soften him up.
Little less, less of the one we used to see. Right. But will be interesting. The light heavyweight is very, very interesting. Yeah. Now it's better than the heavyweights.
I think it has
I don't know.
more,
I'm a big Usyk fan. I don't know if
more attention than now heavyweight, for sure, yeah.
Yeah, but Usyk is 38 now. It's an old dude now. Well, let's see.
I'm 50. He's a young stallion.
Talking about old dudes, we have to talk about Crawford.
Yeah.
Crawford.
You know about Crawford. You saw Crawford there.
I was there, yeah. We spoke to Crawford. He was there supporting Keyshawn Davis. I talked to him in the back a little bit, and he was there giving, his support for the fight. He looks big. He looks ready. He looks like he's in shape. He looks like he's, doing what he's supposed to be doing.
He told me, Paco, I'm not fat. I'm training to be a super middleweight.
he looks ready. You know, he looks like he's working towards
But
towards
I
that.
got my opinion, and Jose got his opinion. I don't know yours, Cora. I don't know yours.
Let's hear you guys' opinion.
What the new generation have to say? Let's see. Let's give opportunity to the lady first.
Well, you know, when we hear about Crawford and what he has coming, he has a lot looking forward. You know, and he's wanting to grow and he's wanting to push more for that. There's a lot of talk. There's a lot of people that want to be up with Crawford. So,
Who you like it?
I mean, I like Crawford. I'm a Crawford fan. So that's just my
Yeah,
opinion.
but forget about a fan now. Analyst, boxing analyst.
I do think he's a very strong fighter. You know, I feel like he adjusts really well and he has a very, very strong punch. He's overall very well balanced in his fighting skills.
And they're gonna fight in September, Jose.
I'll say this: it's too early still to make an educated analysis on the fight. But anybody who thinks Crawford is smaller than Canelo is wrong.
No.
It's just plain wrong.
Yeah.
Crawford is taller than Canelo.
Mm-hmm.
He has longer reach than Canelo. Canelo is bulkier than Crawford, that's for sure. But we're not going to see a Cotto versus Canelo type fight where one of the two fighters is clearly the smaller one. This is, in terms of height and length and reach, which are the important parts of boxing, this is a fight that favors Crawford.
Mm-hmm.
And also, I must say, in my opinion, in one of the more top-heavy pound-for-pound rankings we've seen in years, Crawford is number one. Over Usyk, over Inoue. On my book, Crawford is number one. So, I mean, for what it's worth, I'm not saying he's going to win, but this ain't going to walk over for Canelo.
But who you like it?
I like Crawford.
In that fight? Let me tell you, I talked to
But we have to
Womack.
wait till September. I think it's still too early.
We still have some time to see how they both evolve
Yeah,
and how
but
they
I
both get
talked
ready.
to Womack. Okay, there I talked to Crawford. Crawford is convinced that he can beat Canelo. Womack is convinced that Crawford can beat Canelo.
Neither of them are
Crawford told me,
braggarts.
I got the key to beat Canelo. I can say because that was a top secret between Crawford and me. Okay, I have to respect that. But I'm not convinced that Crawford can beat Canelo. I'm not convinced.
I'm not sure either,
Canelo is so strong. He can take a punch. He took a punch from Kovalev. Kovalev was
Exactly,
the head of the
175.
puncher. Hit him in the chin, right here, in the chin, everywhere.
For 11 rounds, we're not talking
In the body. Canelo all the time there. Caleb Plant.
Canelo is an all-time great.
And it's tough. It's tough. If I saw light heavyweight fighting heavyweights like Michael Spinks against Larry Holmes, also Bob Foster against Muhammad Ali,
Billy Connolly against Terry Lewis, yeah.
But it's tough when you are moving up. It's tough, especially when you have to fight.
And he's moving from 135
because Roy just moved up to fight James
John
Toney,
Ruiz,
and he beat James Toney. Okay.
That was in 160.
Yeah, he beat one time. He was moving up to fight Tony, Roy Jones, and Tony was the favorite in that fight. But Roy Jones had the skill, the speed, and he beat him convincingly.
I think we're still too early to tell, but anybody who thinks this is a walkover,
But I'm not
Yeah.
convinced that Crawford can beat Canelo because Canelo is too tough.
We'll see. It's going to be an exciting fight to look forward to. I feel like there's very heavy fanatics on both ends. And a lot of people are convinced Crawford's got this, and a lot of people are convinced that, Canelo's got this. So
either
we'll
way.
see.
But Cora, you have to promise me and Jose that you won't be a fan here. You have
No,
to be an
I won't be a
analyst,
fan.
okay?
In this seat, I'll be an
Okay.
analyst,
Okay.
but I do believe that
Because
when we look at, I've had the chance to see both fighters, and I do believe that Crawford does have a little bit of a leg up. Now, does Canelo have that more experience? For sure. Canelo's an amazing fighter, and he has a very strong punch. But we'll see, how it comes to in the ring and how they both prepare for this moment,
Yeah, I love Crawford, but you know how to be an analyst.
an unstoppable force against an immovable object. That's what we have.
We'll see what comes up in September. We came from an amazing past weekend of fights in Madison Square Garden. We have an amazing, exciting fights in Saudi Arabia this weekend. So we'll see how it unravels.
Let's see if the president Gustavo Riveri can come back and. Gustavo, I know you are ready to go there and have a vitamin C cocktail.
He needs some warmth. He came straight from New York, from the cold to the cold.
Let's see if he can come alive. Come back alive.
Up, yeah.
Okay, but we will be watching the fight on TV.
Yeah, we'll see. And then, hopefully next week we have Gustavo here to give us some insight on how everything unravels. Thank you guys for today and, here for a little bit of time. Make sure to follow us on all of our social medias. And let's close this off the way that we always do.
We are ready.
Yeah,
okay,
we're ready.
WBO
Jabs.